What's up guys, my name's Kellen McCann and I'm here to do my first ever disc review. So y'all bear with me as it may not go perfectly, but we'll get it done. So today I received a package in the mail and it contained the brand new, just released to team members, Dynamic Disc Slammer. It hasn't hit the market yet, so y'all keep your eyes out for it soon. The Slammer is an overstable putter, and by overstable, I think they meant overstable. The numbers for the Slammer are Speed 3, Glide 2, Turn 0, and Fade 3. And at first glance, it looks similar to the Caltrop, which has numbers of Speed 2, Glide 2, Turn 0, and Fade 2. But when testing them, it didn't seem much faster or more glidey, but it did seem to have more overstability. It flew similar to the Caltrop for the most part, but had a little more fade throughout the flight. I feel like this disc feels a little better in my hand because it doesn't seem to have that deep rim that sticks to your hand when you throw. Like the Caltrop and Harp seemed to stick in my hand when I threw a power grip off the tee, and this disc doesn't seem to do that. I can throw a modified fan for shorter shots under about 200 feet, or a power grip anything around 300 or so. When it gets to about 300 feet, it seems to dump off and die, and you'll see that here in a minute. The ones I received were in the classic blend plastic, which if you're comparing it to Latitude, that's the BT medium, I think. And I like this plastic the best because for on approach shots or short off the tee shots, when I want it just to hit and stick, this plastic seems to do it the best. When it hits, it doesn't get that huge skip. Even when thrown with a low fast hyzer, when you want it to skip, it still doesn't seem to get much skip off of it. So without further ado, let's get a close-up of the disc and the profile, and then let's get to some shots outside. Thanks for watching. Looking side by side, they look similar, but the Caltrop seems to have a little deeper rim and no bead, whereas the Slammer does have a small bead. Which brings us to another disc that seems to be similar and a crowd favorite, and that's the Westside Disc Harp. Looking side by side, the Harp and the Slammer look like the exact same disc, whereas the only noticeable difference is that the Harp doesn't have the thumb track on top. When testing the Harp against the Slammer seemed to be much more overstable than both of these discs, but has similar flight characteristics in terms of speed and glide. Alright, I decided to throw a little commentary down on this video. I was throwing the Slammer there on about 60% with a little bit of hyzer, trying to throw them pretty flat and hard. My target was about 230 feet, so not too far, but these things don't go very far. They get where they're going and fade hard left. And here's a couple shots with the Caltrop, where I was just trying to throw some comparisons. In the beginning they fly the same, and then when they go to fade, the Caltrop doesn't seem to fade as hard. This is about the same distance. I want to say this one was about 300 feet, so I was putting a lot more into it than I had previously. Here's a couple approach shots where I'm throwing about 150 foot standstills, just trying to get them up and then straight back down. So you can see that one's stuck right in the ground. I think I was throwing a modified fan power grip there, so they weren't going near as far. Here's just a couple more of those shots. This one was more of a low, hard, trying to get a little skip out of it. Just trying to keep it out of the wind right there. This one I want to throw a little higher. And in this clip I'm throwing back to the basket so you can see it kind of a different shot. For most of those shots I had a little tailwind, so it made it a little more overstable, but here there's a headwind and this disc does not care. It flies the exact same in the headwind versus the tailwind on these short shots. Thanks again for watching. I'd like to give a big shout out to 1010 Discs out of South Haven, Mississippi. If you're in the area, check them out. They've got great low prices on just about every disc you throw. And of course, a huge thanks to Latitude 64 for sending the Slammers early and letting me test them out for y'all. Thanks again for watching.